Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we have Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on here. Bitcoin took a nice little dump last night, but looking at it on a larger view, zoomed out view here, doesn't look so bad. We fell down to this long line of support. It's a month-long line of support here, which just happens to be at 28.8. We wicked below that a little bit, but are holding 28.8, which was a support level. It also happened to coincide with the top of our triangle that we had broken out of. What we've done so far is we broke out of a triangle here, hit our target exactly here. We broke out here expecting to hit this target here for our next triangle. However, I realized something. I was kind of caught off guard by what happened. Is that we never retested the top of this. So really what we're doing is retesting the top here. And we're struggling with it, to be honest. And I should give some warning here. Because we've been traveling in this channel since November, since the FTX collapse. We came into this channel and have been going up and down here. Now, honestly, the only reason we went down here, this is when the SEC announced they were going after Kraken, and the New York Attorney General was suing KuCoin, which, by the way, they just happened to announce here on March 8th, and I believe, or around there, which happened to coincide here on the DXY with this big green wick to the upside. Kind of coincidence that happened that way. Anyway, so in order to wick below this, or dump below the center line of this wedge, parallel channel that we've been traveling in, I'd expect it to take a lot of fun. Some major, not necessarily a black swan, but a lot of bad news to get us down below this center line. However, back here in the past, we did use the center line as support here, a little bit of resistance here, support again here, and then kind of back and forth across it here. So that is in play. I wouldn't be surprised if we did come down here over the next few days. And today is Thursday, which is typically not a very pumpy day in the crypto world. Now, if something were to happen and we did come down, I don't think we would go outside of this range here, the parallel channel, which happens to be, okay, this purple line here is the FOMC meeting on May 3rd, and the other purple line was the previous FOMC meeting. This blue vertical line is the when we got the CPI numbers, which we were happy about. We went up from there. Anyway, the bottom of the channel and the FOMC meeting just happened to meet at around 25,200, which is a key level of support and resistance here, and where we hit back here in mid-August, and also where we went down to here in May of last year. So got a lot of things pointing to that may be a possibility. So watch out for that. But so far we're holding this line, which is good. Let's see what happens. Now let's leave off with Bitcoin for now and move on to the dollar index, which also gives some insight as to why we're having so much trouble right now with the area that we're in on Bitcoin. Right now, we're right here on the dollar index, and we're heading down a little bit so far today, which is good. There's a lot of lines here. Let me explain them. First of all, I'll zoom out. We have this horizontal white line here, which is where we've been bouncing around for the past. Did I just move something? I did. Let's undo that. Um, we've been bouncing around this horizontal line here for the past couple weeks, and this is a major line of support and resistance that goes back for years and years and years. And I will go into a weekly view to show you that. You know what? I have the Gaussian channel turned on. There's something else I was doing. Let's. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. Okay. Um, but anyway, as you can see, this line has been on the weekly. It doesn't show all the contact points. There were a lot of daily contacts here, and I'll show you that in a second. But I just wanted to show that on the weekly how much. Okay, this is back in May of last year. Here we are back in March of 2020, and back here, I'm just showing you where we've hit it right now. And when I go into a daily view, you'll see a lot more. Here we are back in 2003, and here in 1998, 1999, 2000. Right there, we wicked right to it in 97. This thing goes way back and has lots. There's a wick that guard. It would be a candle on the day that goes right there. Here. Anyway, you get the picture. Let me go to the daily view. And anyway, you can see more how we had more contact here on the daily, more interaction with it on the daily here. Right there and there and there and there and there. We've come down to this line exactly. Right there and there. You didn't really see on the weekly how we really just hit this line exactly time and time again. Right here again, multiple times. Here multiple times. We bounced off of it in both directions. Anyway, and it does that on and on over the years. Anyway, you get the point. Um, so this is a key level right here, and we're struggling with it on the daily. However, on the Dixie, however, I do believe I've drawn these little zigzags here, and this is what I think could happen. and that's just really that's just an idea. I mean, I just kind of drew these zigzag lines. Now, I do have some method to my madness. It ties in with what I believe the bigger picture is for big Bitcoin and the crypto market, but also we're 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks out from the FOMC meeting, and these boxes here represent that. All these lines, these vertical lines, are the FOMC meeting days of the past, and you can see that 2 weeks out, we've gone down, down, down into the FOMC meeting there on the previous one. Here as well, not as much, but on the actual meeting, we uh, dumped way down. This one the same. We've gone down, 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 down into the meeting, 2 weeks into the meeting. Here, well, we kind of went down and up. This is the peak of our of the dollar index chart, up at 114. Um, and here a little bit up and down. Here we went down, down, down. So a lot of these meetings we've gone down, down, down into. Now this was last year in March, May, and in June, where we went up, up, up into the meetings because we were expecting because the rates we were expecting big increases, 75 basis point increases. So here we're looking to end the raises, maybe a 0 or 25 coming up at the next meeting. Really, I don't really care. I don't think anybody really, hopefully, not too many other people really care. I don't anymore. I mean, we all know it's coming to an end, and inflation's on its way out. Um, However, that is kind of what scared Bitcoin last night was the inflation data from England. So um, anyway, I think that will quickly pass. Now, let me start explaining all these lines that are here. You zoom out, you can see this yellow parallel channel. This goes back about a month, and we've been traveling in this up and down. We hit the bottom here, we hit the top here, came back down, hit the bottom. Well, came down to about the center line, back to the top with a wick there, down to the bottom, back up to the top, down. Now here, what we're doing and why I believe that we're going to continue going down here where I've made these zigzags is that we broke through the parallel channel here. And then when we came back up, we didn't make it all the way back up to the top. We're losing strength here, losing momentum, which is why this is a little bit surprising to me, but also realizing that we're battling with this horizontal line of support and resistance kind of explains the action here that's going on. I do believe that we will fall through here. And when we do, we're going to come back down a little bit below um, the parallel channel that we had been traveling in. And this is why I picked this point, because it follows this trend line of the last two um, places that we hit bottom. I think we'll continue to hold that as a trend line for the bottoms, and then continue to fall lower and lower on these tops heading into the meeting, and a big dump down maybe into the meeting and the days after the meeting. Um, this is kind of guess what's going to happen because I do. A lot of people believe that we are going to have a big dump in the market. Maybe some are saying as much as 40%. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. But possibly 25, maybe even 30%. But I don't think it's coming now. I think we did see a little pullback now. We may see a little bit more of a pullback, but um, now's not the time for a big 25% or greater pullback. I think we will continue to pump into May and June, coinciding with the drop in the dollar index here, and then going into the next FOMC meeting, possibly having that dump. And I there's no real reason for that now other than just a correction here. Um, and possibly some event happening between now and then. We'll just have to wait and see. The other thing is that now that I've shown you this yellow channel that we've been traveling in for the past month, there are other channels that, and the more we zoom out, this will become more and more revealing of what's going on with the dollar. Since we hit our high back here in October, I've drawn a couple channels. The first one that I drew was this aqua one, which kind of holds this as a trend line on the bottom and hits here. And then as a top hits this and this. Um, so we've done a lot of travel up and down between the top and bottom of this channel. And that's why I do think that we will continue like this and like this and like this down to here and then back up to there. Um, and the reason I excluded this in the first channel is because I just think that this was an extreme event. Sometimes when I draw channels, I'll leave a little bit outside where I think it was, just the market went a little bit overboard. But anyway, regardless, I also drew this other channel here, which is the light lavender channel, which takes this into account and also uses the bottom of this as a trend line. And you can see we do have quite a bit of interaction in this channel. We traveled along the bottom here, then back up, and still we're not coming all the way up to the top of the channel. We did come back up, and we kind of hit the center line here and have been not even hitting the center line here. So I just don't see us bouncing out of this channel. Um, right now. Of course we could. We very well could right here. And if we did, we would come right up into where this. No, here's another line. This dark lavender channel here crosses with this aqua channel right at about 104. Um, that could be possible. I highly doubt it. Let me zoom out more though and show you what the hell that purple line is. And I'm going to go on a weekly view now. Let's go to weekly. All those green vertical lines are the FOMC meetings from over the course of the past year. So if we zoom out over years and years and years, that lavender channel takes into account the whole price action of the dollar index going back to 1970. Um, and you can see that we've traveled up and down in this channel. Along the bottom, we went up through the top here in 85, then came back down all the way to the bottom drastically. Choppy along the bottom here and back up to the top. Here we came all the way down to the bottom. Now since 2008, we've also been traveling in this red channel here, up to the top and along the bottom and up to the center line here, along the top and the center line here, right along the center line perfectly. And back down to the bottom, we came through to the top here, which is why I believe we are coming all the way down to the bottom here. And I believe over the next few years, we're going to come down like we have 2 times prior. I mean, it just follows. Let's kind of look at where we're at right now. So we came here, used the center line down to the bottom, all the way up to the top. You know, we could do something like along the center line here. I don't see the dollar being strong. I mean, all the other countries of the world are dumping the dollar and using their own currencies. And I realize that they're not in the dollar index that's measured here, but I just see the dollar losing strength. I see it continuing downward like it has in the past. And I don't really have any good reason that it wouldn't follow these channels downward. So that's my take on the dollar. And one of the reasons why I think Bitcoin and the crypto market will continue to go upward. Let's go back and see where we are at. Okay. Bitcoin's it's struggling. It's in the red now. But, you know, anyway, let's see what the day brings. Another coin that we've looked at is Render. What's Render doing now? Render's back above 2. I still believe we're going up to 225. You know, we may have some struggle with the breakout. All these coins are breaking out of huge triangles that at least go back to June of last year. As this one goes all the way. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This one is going back to the beginning of this year, January. But it's also part, and a lot of the other ones are part of major breaking through downwards resistance lines that have gone back all the way to at least June and the highs of 21. So I still believe we're going up from here. We didn't quite hit the 225 here. This may be all we get for now in the near term. But I think everybody's pretty confident in the long term of the whole entire crypto market is going to continue onward and upward. I don't have anything more to say about that right now. Let's take a look at the total market cap for a second before I continue on with Bitcoin. Here we did now see this is an example of the long big huge triangle that we're forming here. This is back to May of last year, and we just broke through. We had, as you recall from the last video, we broke through here, and I'm expecting a big move out of here. And we started doing that. However, we've been knocked back down into the triangle. I suppose this is good. We're testing it. It should be expected that we're going to come back down and test this for support. However, we kind of have fallen back into it and are struggling with our support here. So we'll just have to wait and see what comes in the coming days. But I'm really not anticipating any major moves downward from here. But I'm just that crazy triangle guy. So what do I know? But let's continue on with Bitcoin and the Gaussian channel on the weekly. However, I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to make a quick video after this on Bitcoin and the Gaussian channel. So make sure you watch that. And in the meantime, subscribe to the channel because I never know when I'm going to make a video, and sign up for notifications so that you get notified when a new video comes out. And remember that you can adjust the speed. If it's too slow for you, crank it up to 1.5 or even 1.25 or 2. However, I'm running out of time here. All right. So I'm going to make a quick so do all that, like, subscribe on Bitcoin and the Gaussian channel, and watch the next video. So make sure you watch that on Bitcoin. And in the meantime, subscribe to the channel because I never know when I'm going to make a video, and sign up for notifications so that you get notified when a new video comes out. And remember that you can adjust the speed. If it's too slow for you, crank it up to 1.5 or even 1.25 or 2, whatever. All right. So do all that, like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and watch the next video on the Gaussian channel and Bitcoin.